there is limited confirmed knowledge about the life of the Chinese philosopher Confucius. It is believed he was born in 551 BC in China and possibly studied under the Taoist master Lao Tzu. He held various government positions, including Minister of Crime in the state of Lu. But when the Duke of Lu accepted 80 beautiful women and 124 horses as a gift from a neighboring ruler, Confucius was appalled. He saw this as moral failure and left the court. He spent the following years traveling and teaching. Between the 3rd and 5th centuries BC, his words were collected into the Analects, Lunyu, a book of teachings, preserved by his disciples. Some of his morals still sound familiar, others strange, even shocking to modern ears. Ceremony matters. Confucius believed that ceremony held deep importance. He once told his disciple, Tse Kung, who wanted to stop a sheep sacrifice, "Tse, you love the sheep, I value the tradition." Strange, maybe even funny. But the point was serious. Rituals remind us that some things matter more than convenience. Today, many of us shun ceremony. We see it as unnecessary, even fake. But Confucius believed in ritual propriety, deliberate gestures that shape our character. Think of the meal your mother made when you were sick. The wedding vows, the birthday tradition. Those rituals ground us. They make our intentions visible. They teach us how to behave when words fail. Reverence toward parents. Confucius also taught that we should treat our parents with deep respect. Obey them when we are young, care for them when they grow old, mourn them sincerely, make sacrifices in their memory. He even said, don't travel far while your parents are alive. And yes, if they steal a sheep, you should cover for them. This may sound strange today, when many of us move out young and rarely return. We see our parents as flawed, judgmental, outdated, with bad music taste and worse opinions. But Confucius saw the family as the root of moral life. We cannot be wise, compassionate, or grateful if we forget Mum's birthday or never call Dad back. Respecting hierarchies. Confucius believed in hierarchies and respect toward those with wisdom or experience. He once said, "Let the ruler be a ruler, the subject a subject, a father, and a son." In today's world, we value equality. We resist authority. But Confucius argued that respect and obedience, when earned, are signs of humility, not weakness. He explained it this way: the relation between superiors and inferiors is like the wind and the grass. The grass must bend when the wind blows. Knowledge over creativity. Modern life celebrates creativity, flashes of inspiration, thinking outside the box. Confucius saw value in cultivated wisdom instead. He spoke of the 5 constant virtues: benevolence, ritual propriety, righteousness, wisdom, and integrity. He believed people are inherently good, but that goodness must be nurtured, like a garden. It's easy to seek instant transformation, but real wisdom takes a lifetime. Confucius admired elders because they had lived this process. He taught that good character isn't a gift, it's a practice. The practice of virtue. Confucius believed that learning is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's a moral discipline. He once said, "Is it not a pleasure to learn and constantly practice what you've learned?" For Confucius, the act of learning was joyful, because it allowed people to improve themselves, not to impress others, not to gain power, but to become better human beings. He believed that wisdom isn't born, it's earned. He once said, "By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest." In modern culture, we often confuse learning with collecting facts, diplomas, or skills. But Confucius saw learning as a lifelong commitment to self-transformation. He emphasized the role of the teacher, not as an authority figure, but as a guide. He said, "When I walk along with two others, from at least one I will be able to learn." To him, everyone, no matter their age or status, could become your teacher. He modeled humility in learning. Even as a great master, he referred to himself as a learner. He never claimed to invent truth, only to love it, seek it, and pass it on. He said, "I am not one who was born with knowledge. I love the past and seek it diligently." This spirit of respectful, consistent, open-minded learning was what Confucius believed made a person truly noble, not birth, not wealth, not rank. Confucius also warned against those who appear wise, but don't live wisely. He believed that knowledge without morality is empty. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. This quote reminds us, learning is not glamorous. It is quiet, repetitive, slow, but it leads to something lasting. The practice of virtue. He often spoke about the importance of inner cultivation. Just as one practices music, language, or sport, a virtuous person must practice kindness, respect, moderation every day. He said, "To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate ourselves." This is one of the most beautiful teachings of Confucius. It starts small with the self, with habits, with restraint, with humility. Only then can we shape the world around us. Confucius died without reforming the corrupt officials, but after his death, his followers spread his teachings through temples and schools across East Asia. Today, millions still follow his philosophy as a moral or spiritual path. His ideas influenced political theory, leadership, and education across centuries. Yes, some of his beliefs feel old-fashioned, but maybe that's exactly why we need them now. We live in a world that is fast, casual, impulsive, and loud. Confucius offers the opposite: ritual, respect, reflection, and maybe, just maybe, a little advice about good behavior and sheep.